What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn, Devin Haney, and King Ryan Garcia. Hearn made this bold statement. He said if Ryan Garcia and team thought he could beat Devin Haney, they'd fight him. Eddie Hearn hopes Mauricio Sulaiman orders a Devin Haney-Ryan Garcia fight for the WBC's world lightweight title. If the WBC president at least mandated a Haney-Garcia fight, Garcia would be backed into a position where he would have to fight Haney or give up the WBC interim lightweight title that he won by defeating Luke Campbell in the 7th round and knocking him out on January 2nd. Of course, Garcia could simply vacate the WBC interim championship and still fight someone other than Haney next if Sulaiman were to order the 35-pounder or the 135-pound bout. Whatever transpires, Haney's promoter can't understand why Garcia would pay a sizable sanctioning fee for a difficult fight against Campbell, which is 20-4 versus 16 KOs, only to pass on a legitimate championship match he secured by beating the British Southpaw. And this is what Hearn had to say. He said, I think the WBC may order Garcia Javier Fortuna because Garcia is supposed to fight Devin Haney. So if it's so effing bizarre, there's loads of money for that fight, Haney Garcia. DAZN would effing love it, but he wants money, Garcia. So why not fight Haney? Garcia is 21-0 and 18 KOs. Fortuna is 36-2-1 with 25 KOs. Now, he's of course is with Golden Boy. The California native is apparently unwilling to challenge Haney, which is 25-0 with 15 KOs. However, even though they split 4 fights when they were amateurs, Hearn noted that Haney would love to box Garcia because Haney also needs a high-profile fight against a top opponent. Hearn senses the feeling isn't mutual because Garcia and his team see something in Haney that makes them feel that the 22-year-old Las Vegas native wouldn't be a smart move at this stage. Now, let me stop there. Now, we know where Ryan Garcia lies. We know about his followers. We know that he's had his hard test. He's been proven. He's been dropped. He's got up and he's knocked out the opponent that dropped him. We know this. Okay. So to answer the question of Eddie Hearn, well, why would he pay so much on sanctioning fees to fight Luke Campbell? I'm going to tell you why. Because Luke Campbell has already been defeated. Okay, he hasn't been stopped, but Ryan stopped him, but he's been defeated. Versus a guy that you fought in the amateurs 4 times if you've lost 2 out of 4 of them. So you may have a 50% chance of beating that guy. Statistics tells us that if Ryan Garcia fought Devin Haney, there's no guarantee that he would come out the victor. They could fight 5 times and he might win 2. He might win 3, but he'll definitely lose a couple. Okay, and I think Devin Haney is the guy that has the shitty end of the stick because nobody does really want to fight him. He is the WBC lightweight championship, but that's due to other fighters not wanting to fight for it and relinquishing it for another title, which was the franchise title. Okay, Lomachenko did that, and then he gets beat by Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo Lopez doesn't want to fight him. Because he figures that he's the best because one guy decided to vacate a belt. I think the thing to do is to get that belt. But that's Teofimo. Back to Garcia. Garcia, I think he took that fight because it's better to take a risk, less of a risk than the highest risk. And the highest risk would be a Devin Haney fight. He's not a defeated fighter or appointed or anything like that. He's a guy that beat you twice in the amateurs and you beat him twice. And they know of each other, and they know, and Garcia knows, he doesn't want to stop this now. If it's going to be a big fight, it would be a huge fight like Tank Davis pay-per-view. It wouldn't be a DAZN fight that they could come on DAZN and have a good fight, but only a certain limited of money. Garcia's looking for big bucks. However, there is good money in Haney versus Garcia, but not enough, not more than someone like Garcia and Tank Davis. So I think what Ryan or Team Ryan's trying to do, they're figuring, well, hey, if we're going to fight somebody, we're going to fight somebody for all the marbles or for more money. You know what I'm saying? That's the same reason he won't fight no one like Lomachenko. Garcia won't. He won't fight anyone like that. Maybe Javier Fortuna, maybe. He's been beaten because he's pretty much in the same situation as Luke Campbell at this point, even though I think they robbed him against Robert Easter. But that's another story about Fortuna. But I think they're playing it, safer, not the safest. Okay. So a lot of people don't understand how a cherry pick works. If someone's calling you out and then you're the interim, you just want the title of a fight of a champion. You don't have to be that champion. And you damn sure don't have to fight that champion to be talking about and calling out that champion. Okay. And this obviously tells me that Eddie Hearn, wants that fight for Haney. Mr. Haney, Bill Haney wants that fight. But it's hard to get these guys in the ring because they know the dangers. You can say all you want about, you can mention the Gamboa fight all you want to, but at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn has a point. If that fight was that easy, they would fight. And then Ryan Garcia wouldn't have to worry about being an interim champion. He could be the WBC. Then he could pick up the rights to claim, hey, I'm a champion, so you guys got to see me if you claiming that you're undisputed. So who's ever claiming they're undisputed, or whoever gets those belts, which Teofimo Lopez has, you're not undisputed until you get by me. And guess what? Is the funny thing about it, since Ryan Garcia is a guy that if he beat Devin Haney, people would look at him as a WBC champion. Counterpunch. But you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn's statement about Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.